Never have I ever saved a life. Never have I ever won a lottery. Never have I ever gone on a solo vacation. Never have I ever ran a marathon. Ran a marathon.
Please silence. Просто не чути, просто галерка.
Never have I ever run a marathon. 46 kilometers. Okay. Never have I ever gotten married. Or been engaged. Never have I ever been to Mexico. Never have I ever gone snowboarding. Never have I ever received a love letter. Never have I ever broken a bone. So never have I ever used someone else's toothbrush. Never have I ever gotten a tattoo. Tattoo. Okay, never have I ever bought something. Never have I ever bought something because I saw it in a TikTok video. Never have I ever used a wrong phone number. Wrong phone number. So we have a winner. No, okay. Two more people. So never have I ever missed a flight. Never have I ever been stung by a bee. Oh, we have a winner. Okay, so a huge round of applause with a wonderful OC team. So I request silence. Okay. One more thing that it's important to mention that we, during all of the days of the National Assembly, we use only English. So please think about it. And now I want to invite National Board of ESN Ukraine for the update. So, Daria Gulaeva, the president, stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Since the floor is mine, I am inviting my national board to the stage as well.
Language, national board, please.
With beautiful members of the national board.
Girls power!
Yeah, for sure. Okay, maybe. Yeah, hope it's comfortable for you to see the slides. Alright, then we are now will proceed with presentation of the national board updates. You can hear me all right? Okay, nice. Perfect. So each of us and some of our also colleagues joined on Google Meet will introduce our work, what have been done, what is still in the process, and what is in the plans. And you will be able to also ask questions about our work and probably like some of the strategies, etc. So I'll start with the small report of my work. I'll ask for the next slide if it's possible. Thank you so much. So basically what have been done is coordination of ESN Ukraine strategy and action plan, which will be introduced a little bit later after the presentation, so you will have a chance to also get to know which of the main areas and strategies has been established for the next year and for the next 3 years. Led overall national board coordination and portfolio alignment, since we had a working process. I was responsible for that. Another thing, I represented ESN Ukraine in communication with institutional partners and ESN International, supporting grant application processes and strategic project development. What is now in progress is strengthening internal coordination, task tracking and accountability within the national board, supporting ongoing institutional and commercial cooperation, and coordinating current grant opportunities for development. Grants are everything for us. So what is in the plan is to present today and implement the action plan across the NO, improve monitoring of progress and community of national board work, and expand, of course, our institutional and commercial partnerships. Build a more systematic approach to grants, projects, and organizational sustainability. Overall, that's it, and I give the floor to the Vice President.
It's me. All right. So next slide. All right. Once again, hello. As far as our mandate only started 3 months ago, we did quite a good job, I think. And now I would tell you shortly what was my responsibilities and what I implemented throughout the period. So we really leveled up our management game with the local boards academy. So we conducted 27 training sessions that hit the spot and introduced a quality assurance to our local sections to keep our standards high. Also, I've been working with the local sections with the check-in calls, and I helped them with strategic sessions, and also we had countless consultations to keep every section on board. On the growth front, we didn't just support our existing sections, we also started working with new 3 initiative groups. They are located in the Lutsk, Volyn, and Kharkiv region. Also, I want to say a big thank you and huge shout out to my mentors Oля, Vika, Darina, she's not present, but still, Sasha, Ruslana, and Nastya. Huge thank you for your support and for the things that you are doing as far as being part of the mentorship team. All right. Yep. Also, we conducted each month an calls. It's the calls that we have with our local boards. Next slide. Despite all of the work that I mentioned previously, as far as WPG is responsible for the National Assembly, I helped OC with that. And also the things that I want to mention is the process that we started with ESN and ESN Odessa regarding the legal registration for them to get the NGO officially, and served as a delegation leader at the Erasmus Generation meeting. That's it for me. Danilo, I don't know, are you present in the call? Yep, Danilo, the floor is yours. Danilo, can you hear me? Danilo Ivancheshin, Vice President of Development, could you please turn on your mic? It's your turn. Danilo, oh my God.
I think he's waiting for the next slide. Yeah. Danilo, you're still muted.
Danilo, we can't. Oh.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a moment to turn on the camera. Hi everyone. Hi. Okay, nice. Thank you so much. Thank you for the attention to this topic. I'm here to tell you about the recent developments of ESN Ukraine. I will have just 3 points today in the next slide. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So I'll just have 3 points to present for you today. The first one, thanks to my colleagues that are here today or joining online, we have acquired the financing for this National Assembly from the ESA, supported by the Work Package 3, and we've also applied for a couple of other financial grants, which are Visegrad and also Erasmus Plus, which we're still pending and we're waiting for their approval, and we will be working on them on the future event that you will all see and be able to join. Yes, in progress, the things that we're currently on track. You can all see the deadlines. Probably the most important would be the Visegrad Plus one, because the deadline is quite tight. We will some additional support to apply for it, but I'm sure that we will be able to make it. And also the ESA Work Package 3, which is also pretty important for us. We will be financing the next, let's say, the next assembly with it. So we will also need some help there. In terms of the future plans, we have a lot of things to do. Your chances to look in the action plan. I can tell that the most important one is to establish like a fully operational partnership and project department. We will be on track with that, so we'll be also able to see our progress. If you have any other questions, you can approach me or any member of our team. And if you have some suggestions, we are also very open to that. So please do contact us, and to the rest I hope to see you soon on other events. Thank you.
Okay, so now could you please turn on the next slide? Danila, thank you so much. We were happy to see you. Thank you for joining and for all of the work that you are doing for our network. All right, so now we are moving to the treasure. As far as Darina now in Finland, I think that Daria will
And presented the work that Darina Chernenko did as a treasurer. She is in interim role, and the role of the treasurer is kind of vacant. So, if somebody who is present here is interested in this position, please let us know and look forward for other open call for this position. Okay, so what Darina did for the last 3 months is that she completed a collective ESN card order for ESN Ukraine section. By the way, I will give you ESN cards maybe today evening or tomorrow, just for the record. We organized, Darina organized an online meeting for section to explain ESN cards, their benefits and implementation process during the One Power annual call. She delivered the finance and government governance training for volunteers through the presentation and practical workshop and paid the ESN international membership fee for 2025. What is planned is strengthen the financial management and documentation within ESN Ukraine and continue supporting sections in ESN card related process.
Okay, the next one is communication and mass communication managers. So, next slide. So what we done is first one is created the ESN Ukraine Brain Book and visual identity, and of course developing banners for international events and activities, improve the overall look of ESN Ukraine social media pages, including LinkedIn and Telegram channel, of course help promote ESN Ukraine initiative online, and supported communication campaign. And what is in progress that is creating posts in place for social media to make ESN Ukraine communication more unified and recognizable, working on increasing Instagram followers and improving the visibility of ESN Ukraine among sections from other countries. And can you continue?
I continue about our plans. First of all, we want to create some chats about the communication committee and community, and also we want to strengthen cooperation with international sections.
project manager. Now floor is yours. Could you hear us, Veronica? Yep, you do, and we also can see your perfect. Hello.
Hi, I hope you can hear me. We are divided, separated by distance, not as much as Manila, so I hope you can hear me well. Yeah, let me introduce my research was done and then mission progression plan. So with done, I hope my colleagues will agree with me, but I think that the first months of this few months have established pretty nice cooperation with Vice President for Development and Plan Coordinator. But I also include here Partnership Manager because, as you can see, there are like those multiple business connections. It is related with cooperation and assistance to the Partnership Manager during the preparation of DNA. So me, together with Nila and also with Anastasia, we've helped with NA preparation. One of them was the multiple business connections, and we hope to continue working with the partners we have gained from it. And also, as Nila has mentioned, we applied for multiple grants, and also naturally I've helped to prepare them as well. So we're working together. That's why I told you that I think that we've established a very nice cooperation because our work is interrelated. So moving to the project in progress and plans, working with our Vice President for Development and Further Advanced Applications. As Neil has mentioned, we have multiple deadlines, and also that's not something we plan to stop with because there's going to be few more of them. So next one is implementing project management resources and systems. We are currently working on it. We have also gained the access, and we'll try to make the work of the NB and support members more efficient. So that's part of the project. Also, coordinating newly established departments, as Danilo and also others have mentioned before. The project department is one of them, and also partnerships, project department, and naturally we're going to coordinate it. And also I guess we have multiple tasks in mind we're going to delegate to the members of the department. So the work, there's going to be a lot of work. Also ensuring long-term partnerships with local businesses. Here specifically, I mentioned the local businesses because we have already some cross partnerships, and we're going to utilize and also support continue tracking and also engaging with potential partners and also the partners that have let's say, we had talked about the possibility of us working together, so that's why I mentioned the local businesses, but naturally, in general, while working on projects, we're going to work with other potential foreign businesses, so that's also the point here. And analyzing projects and approaches to execution, so we have done a lot, especially with the NA preparation. There is a lot of work done, but not analyzed yet. So we're going to analyze what has worked, what hasn't worked, where to start, what to do, the better approaches, and also basically learning from our mistakes and also from our best cases. That's it. Yeah. So thanks for attention, and I'll give the mic to my colleagues.
All right. All right, Claire. All right, thank you a lot. Now we are switching to the partnership manager. So could you turn on the next slide? All right, Katya, for is your...
Hi dear ESNers, I hope you have a really great time in Odessa. I'm Kate, the worst partnership manager. And next slide, please. So I've just had an opportunity to help my team at BEAT with engaging the potential partners for a job fair for this Spring National Assembly, but we have really big plans and big ideas with systemizing the past partnership and of course fostering more and more collaborations and partnerships between local sections and attracting new businesses and institutions to help us to expand our network. Thank you.
All right, could we start on the next slide? And here is the for the educational officer as far as the
So I'll talk about what we've done from the beginning of our mandate. So what is done? Thanks to the local sections, the Erasmus in Schools project is very good implemented, and there was the participation in the study in Europe. EU policy event in Moldova, I have attended the event. Also at this event, we established contacts with NGOs and with NAQA, and we hope that they will have a good partnership with us. Also with quality assurance agencies abroad and Ukrainian institutions. What is in progress these days? Work on the national survey, which will introduce important data about the state of internationalization of higher education and readiness for Erasmus Plus exchanges in universities for bringing back mobility to Ukraine after the war. This step is quite important because war is going to end and we have to get to know how to bring back mobility to Ukrainian universities with a good quality. And what is planned and what you should await is that's the first monthly education internal newsletter, so wait for the letter from me. And we will build partnerships and sign memorandums with the Ministry of Science and Education of Ukraine and NAQA to promote the survey because it's quite important.
All right, great. So please next slide. Anya, thank you so much for your work. And now we are going to our wonderful national representative and vice national representative.
Thank you so much for the floor. So yeah, as you see, we are two now. We're working as a team together with Ira. So let's just go to the next slide. We'll explain. Yeah, that's us together. So basically, what we did, I will start from the LinkedIn channel here. So to be honest with you, LinkedIn channel, it did exist before. It was just not active at all, and we understand how important that is for the partnership or the promotion of our organization on the international, especially level. So we decided to take responsibility for that channel, and we started to actively post there. And yeah, basically to strengthen the visibility and outreach across the professional platforms. Now, for sharing.
Yeah, actually, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it. After we will go out, please follow our LinkedIn. So actually, after that, I think that every one of you over here on our opportunities ESN Ukraine channel on Telegram, please raise your hand who haven't heard about this Telegram channel. Okay. So, yes, as well as LinkedIn, you know what you do. So actually, for us, is like, we couldn't say that it's the biggest achievement, but I think it's so important to share our opportunities that come to the national board, and we want to share it with you for the local board, for the every single volunteer, and we actually believe that every one of you can find something interesting to go somewhere, to get to more people, like as far as our beautiful princess from Estonia. Yes. So you could be like her, but in other national assembly or something like this. Thank you, beautiful Kira. So yeah, so we did almost over 20 mobility posts about opportunities, as I mentioned, and yeah, actually, beautiful national representatives conducted GA consultations and actually did nice activity before GA. So we're really pleased to hear about 54 slides of presentation of the participants and electives during the GA. So I think we have to say thank you for her. So, and actually, yes, about our plans. Anastasia was talking about plans.
Yeah, I will go about plans, but I just wanted to add, speaking of the channel that we created, the Ukraine Opportunities Telegram channel, we're always happy to help you guys. So we're posting for you. If you have any questions regarding that, just let us know. We're always happy. And beside that, even though in our plans, it is very important for us to participate in more international and national events. So we're planning to do that, and we're hoping to participate as many as possible events. But beside that, even now, beyond ESN, we've been participating in many activities promoting ESN for like other national and international organizations. So I guess that is it. Do we have any? Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much, girls. Good job. Now we are moving to the secretary session.
Thank you. So a brief. So I assisted with official correspondence and official documentation and like just monitored the email of our organization, managed to Google Calendar and managed our Telegram chat with different like notifications about the calls. So I was trying to let everybody know about everything that is happening in the organization. And also was taking meeting minutes and ensuring proper documentation of discussions on our board calls. And as for what would be planned, I will continue doing that, and I will be also involved in the integration of ClickUp Task Manager for the better work of all our national board. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. If you have the possibility, please be more respectful and a bit silent. All right, so we are moving to the HR manager. Yeah. Next slide, please. Okay, so I would be precise. My task in national board was to create happiness check-in to understand how the team can interact with each other, which challenges do they face every day, and how can I help them. That's why I introduced regular well-being check-ins for board members to monitor team satisfaction, identify challenges, and improve internal support. The next one was recruitment. We search people for positions of treasurer. Unfortunately, we don't have treasurer, but the process was started. And also we search people for liaison officer, project committee, and communication committee. In this area, we have better results. So yeah, after this assembly, I will have an interview with all the applicants, and we will choose new colleagues to our national board, to our committees. Okay, and the third one, board birthdays. Dear national board, all your birthdays are now in my Google Calendar, and I will have a notification about it. And I prepared not postcard, like an image, and a text for each of you. So it is a spoiler, but
I want my birthday to be today.
And that's all. And I plan to do a lot of other great things for our national board, to create a knowledge hub, to interact more with our board and create team buildings, different activities, special events for our board. Even though we can't meet in person, but we can use our laptops and communicate with each other online. So yeah.
All right. So I think that our national board need your support in the form of applauses. So all right. Thank you so much for your presentation. And as far as I counted, we have 5 minutes for the question from our local volunteers and international guests. So if you have some questions to the national board, please raise your hand, and we will give you the floor. All right. Are there any questions? Please do. No questions to the national board. Nothing is interesting for you in the work that we do. Frank didn't do that. All right. Okay, I will count from 3 to 1.
I guess everything was so clear.
3, 2, 1. All right. So if we didn't have questions, national board, you might take your places and sit down. Thank you so much once again. Now it's time to talk. Now it's time to talk about our plans and our strategy. So, as you remember, we have sent you the documents to the local boards, and we had with you consultations during our And also we had consultations with you during our NO calls. The document was shared with you almost 1 month ago, and you had the possibility to comment on that. We included all of the comments that you have put it to us, and we are ready to present a new strategy and action plan for you. After the presentation that Daria will help, voting delegates, please do not leave the room, because you will have to vote. It would be, you will have 20 minutes for voting. You might have some small consultations with your sections, but still those who have the right to vote, you would get an email in which you will have the instructions, and you will have Google form, and there will be 2 questions.
Do you approve the strategy? Do you approve the action plan? And you will have three options to answer: yes, no, or abstain. So I'm giving the floor to Daria. And Daria, about the strategy, you have 10 minutes for presenting and 10 minutes for the action plan, and after that we would do the question round.
Yeah, sure. So I hope you had no questions to the national board because everything was understandable, not vice versa. So today I'm really glad to stand here and present the document that is much more than a list of tasks for the next 3 years. And I might ask also, thank you so much. Nice. In your announcement group of the National Assembly, you can find two links to the documents. One of them is a 3-year strategy, so you can open it with your phones, or you can just look at the slides. Okay, so with this strategy, our national board and with your help, of course, we try to answer one important question: what kind of an organization should ESN Ukraine be in 2026, 2028 in order to remain strong, useful, sustainable, and relevant for Ukrainian youth, universities, and international community. So this strategy was developed in a very specific and difficult context because Ukraine continues to live under the conditions of the ongoing full-scale war, and this directly affects the student mobility. We don't have international students, it's not a secret for you. We shifted our focus in a completely different direction, and that's why our strategy is focusing on two main dimensions. On the one hand, it's about strengthening ESN Ukraine internally as an organization. On the other hand, it's all about the external role, how we can support Ukrainian students, represent the voice of young people, develop international opportunities, and prepare for the future restoration of full-scale student mobility in Ukraine. So the strategy is built around several key areas. I'll ask to showcase one of them. The first one is governance. Yeah, thank you so much. Also, you will see some beautiful pictures of our volunteers, of all of you. So first one is governance. For us, governance means creating transparent and sustainable systems that does not depend only on the enthusiasm or of individual people, but we want to reduce knowledge loss within mandates, improve knowledge transfer, create accessible database of documents, templates, guidelines, organizational resources, and strengthen coordination between the national and local levels. A very important part of this direction is the development of local sections of you, and we aim to implement regular educational formats of local boards, develop quality standards per section, introduce strategic check-ins, and create communities for specific roles within local boards. In other words, our goal is not only to have active sections, but to help them to grow in a structured, stable, and long-term way. Now we're moving to finances and partnerships. We all understand that without financial sustainability, an organization cannot grow consistently. So that's why this direction focuses on diversifying funding sources, building strategic partnerships, and strengthening the financial capacity of both the national level and local sections. So we plan to work on attracting new resources, developing partnerships with companies, public institutions, international organizations, and educational stakeholders. And this strategy also includes ESN cards as both a financial and membership tool, as we have advised with you about this question. So for us, ESN card is not just a card to sell international students that we don't have, but it's a way to strengthen the sense of belonging within the organization and contribute to partial coverage of administrative costs. Then we are moving to visibility and communications, also super important goal for our organization. So what we agree is that ESN Ukraine should not only communicate about our events, but we should also build a strong, recognizable, and consistent presence both in Ukraine and internationally. And this direction includes strengthening the international visibility of Ukrainian youth, promoting stories of Ukrainian students and youth initiatives, developing our social media channels, implementing a systematic Instagram strategy, strengthening our presence on Telegram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and improving the ESN Ukraine website. But most importantly, this is about the narrative. Through our communication, we want to show that Ukrainian youth are not passive audience waiting for opportunities, that Ukrainian youth are an active part of a European youth space with their own experience, their own voice, and their own contribution. And then, naturally, logically, we are moving to the next goal, which is advocacy. This is one of the most strategic direction for us because we want ESN Ukraine to be not only an organization that organizes events or informs people about mobility opportunities, etc., but we want to be a recognized stakeholder in youth education and mobility policy. So the strategy includes strengthening cooperation with the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, educational NGOs, and other relevant Ukrainian institutions. And it also includes participation in policy development, consultations, public discussions related to academic mobility, peace education, youth diplomacy, and the European integration of Ukrainian education. So for us, education is also about recognizing the values of international experience. We want Erasmus Plus mobility, international projects, and volunteering to be seen not just a nice additional experience in your CV, but also as a real tool for development, for developing your skills, employability, civic engagement, and professional growth. And then we're moving to, honestly, my favorite goal in this strategy is the restoration of mobility, which sounds pretty much ambitious and I would say pretty much brave because nobody is working in this field and it's incredibly important that we are leading this direction and I really hope that you also agree with that. So yeah, it might be one of the most important and sensitive parts of our strategy. We understand that the full restoration of international student mobility is very long-term goal. It cannot be done in 1 year, in 2, in 3 years, but we also understand that we need to start preparing for it already and not waiting for the end of the war. For ESN Ukraine, restoration of mobility is not about just, okay, what we can imagine when I say restoration of mobility, right? When international students back to Ukraine after the war. Yes? But I would like you to see this goal not only from this perspective, but also as a way of a broader question, how to make higher education more open, competitive, and attractive for international cooperation. So that's why the strategy includes advocating for English taught courses and programs in Ukrainian universities, promoting Ukraine as a destination for international students, conducting a national survey of Ukrainian universities to assess their readiness to host international students and preparing our volunteers to work with incoming students in a professional and high quality way. So in other words, we are not simply waiting for mobility to return, but we want to among those who help prepare this process. And moving to the sixth area is students and youth of Ukraine, beautiful volunteers. Frank, by the way, look.
You're also beautiful, you're also
Yes.
Okay, moving back. Superstar. All right. So we're moving to the sixth. Thank you. The sixth area is students and youth of Ukraine. This direction clearly shows who we work for. We work for Ukrainian students and young people both in Ukraine and those who have been forced to move abroad. Our goal is to increase access to international opportunities, explain Erasmus Plus opportunities, grants, internships, youth programs in a simple and practical way, and provide informational support, mentoring, consultation, and practical guides for application process. But this area is not only about information, it's also about the European integration of Ukrainian youth. We want young people in Ukraine to not feel like they are somewhere outside or next to the European youth space. We want them to be active, to be equal and visible participants in it. So another important part is supporting Ukrainian students abroad and creating platforms for experience exchange. International experience has value not only for the person who received it, but also become a resource for the universities, communities, youth organizations, and Ukraine as a whole. That's why we are also focusing on this target audience. And the final area is the volunteers of ESN Ukraine. You are a part of the strategy because no strategy can be implemented without people. And ESN Ukraine is, first of all, its volunteers. That is why a separate and very important part of the strategy is dedicated to their development, motivation, recognition, and well-being. We want to move from a separate volunteer initiatives to a more structured human capital management system. And this means better onboarding, capacity building, support for local sections, recognition for volunteers, contributions, monitoring of burnout, regular surveys on volunteer experience, and stronger engagement of the alumni network. So for us, it's important that volunteers do not simply complete tasks. We want them to understand their role, feel the value of their contribution, grow through ESN, and represent the organization responsibility professionally and in line with our values. So if I had to summarize the whole strategy in one sentence, I would say ESN Ukraine 2026-2028 is about moving from survival to systematic development, from separate initiatives to a sustainable organization, and from supporting mobility to actively contributing to the future restoration of international education in Ukraine. So, yeah, most importantly, this strategy is not about the organization, it's about our role in Ukraine in future. So, that's pretty much it. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation, and if you have any question, I'm ready to answer them. Thank you so much.
I think that at first it would be good if you would move on to the action plan, and after presenting action plan we would start Q&A session. So please open the file that is connected to the action plan. Perfect, thank you so much. So please, you have 10 minutes as well.
Text actually, okay. Okay, let's imagine that it's written. Oh, nice, it's a magic. All right, so I will present you an ESN Ukraine action plan for the next mandate. And what is important to understand is that I have presented you the strategy for the next 3 years, which should be implemented. We are action plans, so now we are presenting one of the action plans for our mandate. It is a practical roadmap that shows how we want to strengthen ESN Ukraine as a national organization to support our sections. And I'll tell you more about all of our priorities here. So I'll ask for the next slide. Thank you so much. So, first of all, the main purpose of this action plan is to make our work more structured, transparent, and sustainable. And for us, especially important because we are operating in a complex reality and we are rebuilding internal capacity, supporting local sections, working with volunteers, developing partnerships, and at the same time thinking about the future restoration of student mobility in Ukraine. And that's why this action plan gives a very common direction. It helps every area to understand not only what needs to be done, but also how each task contributes to a bigger picture. Next slide, please. So we want to showcase also the main logic of the action plan. So it's built in 5 main directions. First of all, it's strengthening the network. Then it's about internal capacity and governance. Third task is financial sustainability projects and partnerships. Then it's visibility, communication, international positioning, and education mobility and institutional cooperation. Please, the next slide, and I'll tell you more about strengthening the network. So it's big direction, it is huge direction for us. This includes support for candidate sections, developing of local boards, mentorship, recognition, and alumni engagement. In the action plan, we clearly see that ESN Ukraine wants to invest not only in activities, but also in people and structures behind these activities. For candidate sections, the plan includes mentoring, support, training, integration into ESN Ukraine's activities, and a section builder roadmap. This is important because candidate sections need not only the motivation, but a clear understanding of legal, organizational, and operational requirements. For local boards, the focus is on leadership, management, and communication skills through regular training and the local board academy. The bigger idea here is simple. We want ESN Ukraine to grow. We need strong sections and strong local leaders. Then we are moving to the next block, which is internal capacity and governance. So this is one of the most important parts of the action plan because it focuses on how ESN Ukraine works internally. The action plan includes the development of a long-term strategy, establishment of a centralized task tracking system, legal documents review, documentation and archiving systems, quality assurance for local boards and internal communities. So in simple words, this direction is about making ESN Ukraine less chaotic, more transparent, and more sustainable. And the goal is to make sure that knowledge, processes, and decisions do not disappear when people change position, when there is a rotation. Okay, we can go to the next slide, which is finance, projects, and partnerships. This part is incredibly crucial, you know, that because we cannot develop only through volunteer energy, but we also need financial resources. We need reliable partners, transparent reporting, and strong project management. So the action plan includes financial and legal reporting mechanism, regular financial reports, ESN card stock tracking, grant applications, donor relations, company partnerships, and partnership database. And the general logic is to move from a reactive approach to more strategic and sustainable model. Okay, next slide. Let's talk about visibility, communication, and international positioning. So this area is not only about posting more on social media, it's about creating a coherent image of ESN Ukraine and communicating our work clearly to volunteers, partners, students, universities, and international stakeholders. The action plan includes a brand book, better Instagram and Telegram content, LinkedIn management, campaigns about Ukrainians' reality, transparency reporting, and international collaborations. This shows that ESN Ukraine wants communication to become more strategic. And let's move to the last part. The big direction is education, mobility, and institutional cooperation. This is one of the most strategically important parts of the action plan because it connects ESN Ukraine's current work with the future restoration of international mobility in Ukraine. The plan includes cooperation with International Relations Office, governmental institutions, universities, NGOs, student organizations, and educational stakeholders. It also includes educational initiatives such as Erasmus in schools, Erasmus Days, the national survey, the student rights advocacy, etc. And the bigger goal is to position ESN Ukraine as a recognized stakeholder in the fields of education, youth, and international mobility. Now let's talk about the implementation. I'll ask for the next slide. Thank you so much. All right, the implementation text is not inserted. Sorry for that. I'll explain that. So implementation logic is that the action plan, you can open that in your on your phone. Where is the link that I have sent you? And you can see that the action plan includes the priorities. There are A, B, C priority. A is the most relevant for us. B, something in between, and C is the least prioritized. There are, you can see a deadlines. E, R, I, S, it means the person who is responsible for that. Also mentioning the regular reporting, task tracking, and cross-unit cooperation, which which is the main aim of that. To make this work, we need to make it happen, to make it work. That's what I want to say. So, and the next slide. Yeah, okay, I inserted that. So by the end of the mandate, success should not be only measured by the number of completed tasks, but success means that ESN Ukraine becomes stronger as an organization, which means that the local sections feel more supported, the candidate sections have a clearer development path, national teams have better tools and documentation, partners understand our values, the communication is more coherent, our finances and projects are more transparent, and ESN Ukraine is more visible in education, youth, and mobility-related space. And this is a real purpose of the action plan. Then we are moving to the shared responsibility, because it is important to emphasize that. May I ask for the next slide? Yeah. Because it's important to emphasize that this action plan is not only a national board document. Of course, the national board has a key responsibility for coordination and implementation, but many of these goals require cooperation with local sections, committees, candidate sections, volunteers, alumni, and external partners. And this is why shared ownership is important. The action plan should not be perceived as something distant or bureaucratic. It should become a practical tool that helps us work much more better. And for closing, to conclude the ESN Ukraine Action Plan, thank you, is about building a stronger and more sustainable organization. It connects daily tasks with long-term development. It helps us support our network, strengthen governance, build financial and project sustainability, improve visibility, and to contribute to the restoration of international student mobility in Ukraine. And most importantly, it gives us a shared direction for the mandate. This is not about what we plan to do, but about what kind of organization we want ESN Ukraine to become. Thank you so much. And now, should you have any questions regarding this strategy and action plan, you can ask them.
All right, so for the question round, we have 10 minutes. So the first question, yeah.
Hello, Daria. I want to ask you, I don't remember in which section it was mentioned, but I remember about the point about the recognition, certification, recognition. Can you please describe it more? Because I want to understand what we're talking about in this way.
Okay, so I think that it's a question to me because I'm working as a VPG on that. So recognition for me means the things that we would notice in your work, because you're doing quite a lot. And the things that we are thinking about is just putting like a certificate system, like the ones that you have from all of the trainings that you visited, inside days, local boards academy, international events, national events. After that, I am still in a process of discussion with our webmaster regarding the way how we might systemize it to make it work, like to make it visually better. So there will be a place where all of your certificates, like your portfolio, will be downloaded. And when we would be thinking about priority list, for example, for some international events, because we are growing as an NO, that is why we have like getting those spots is becoming more and more competitive. That is why we want to make the process clear and also to make it visible to see like, oh yeah, that person visited such a huge amount of events. He organized some events. He's quite active in the local sections. That is why we would put a higher priority for that person. But I will present it as far as we will finish the discussion, because we are still thinking how to do that throughout the way of IT stuff and so on. I'm not qualified in it, that is why I need help of the Maxim. All right. Good. If you have one more question, you should raise your hand once again. You have reaction?
Something like that.
Then procedural reaction question.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your actual explanation. It was so useful. But I want to ask you about, because you mentioned that okay, I understand in the position of the volunteers in the local section, these certificates would be like helps them to up on the priority list. But if you're talking about for the national board, because I mean everyone creates these trainings with your support as well and participate on it. I mean how it could be useful for us like as a recognition in the way in this way. Because
I get your question. All right. So as a first stage, currently I'm working on the recognition system for the local volunteers. After the implementation stage of the first stage, I will think about the national board. But as for now, priority for me is the local volunteers, and also it wouldn't just work for them as to get plus point to go to the EGM or SAP. Yep. It also would work for them as things that would influence their internal motivation. Okay, good. Are there any questions? If yes, yep. Okay.
I wanted to ask a question about preparation for restoration of mobility in Ukraine. I heard that you told that you are planning to do it. I wanted to ask about some actual steps which you will be taking for now.
Thank you so much. It's incredibly important question. Anna, do you want to answer or do you want me to answer this question? Okay. So, what we are planning to do right now with our beautiful education officer, Anna, is to launch a national survey together with NQA, kind of national agency, as a part of accreditation to launch national survey asking a question in order to understand how much the Ukrainian universities are ready to host international students. So the questions there will be focusing on the way, how many English talk programs there are, in how much the universities are inclusive, both in a physical way and in other ways. And after that, we also are planning to launch another survey for Ukrainian students to ask about the barriers of the mobility, also in order to analyze how much our universities are also inclusive and how much they are, I don't know how to put that into right words, close to the level that the European universities are showcasing. Do you have anything to add?
Just a few words.
Well, these surveys are quite important because, first of all, the first one is about getting to know the general information, because we don't know general information on the readiness of universities for the future mobility coming back. And later, the next one survey, which is the focus on students, will be focused on getting to know the data about education of student rights when they go on mobility and going back from mobility to Ukraine.
And just one comment.
The actual strategy of the restoration of mobility will be built after the results of the survey. That's why we need this survey.
All right, there is no time, sorry. Do you have any other questions? All right, you may ask, but please stand up, say your section and a name. It's important for your minutes. Thank you.
I have two questions actually. Frank is in Switzerland. I have two questions. The first one is, if the war were to end tomorrow, how long do you think, realistically speaking, it would take for Erasmus students to come to Ukraine?
1 second.
For like the whole structure to be really stable, so to say.
It's very interesting question. I don't. Yeah, it's very hard to think in this way because we are quite pessimistic thinking that the war will end tomorrow. But okay, let's imagine that. I think that it will still take a lot of time, and as far as I can see, that we need to again establish the cooperation with all the national agencies, of the national stakeholders ASAP as soon as possible. And we need to work on the way to make Ukraine attractive to international students, which I cannot say exact like years or months, etc. But I would say that it will still take a lot of time. Yeah, sorry for the very.
Thank you anyway. My second question is a bit longer. Basically, when exchange students will come to Ukraine again, eventually, you already said they have to be included here as well, and ESN plays a big role in it, which currently in Ukraine is not possible because there are no exchange students. Are there any support plans in place already, or any concepts to help transition Ukrainian sections from what they are doing now to an inclusive stage thing, events for students, buddy program as well maybe? So yeah.
That's an amazing question because okay, I'll go to the stage now because we do, and I really love that you asked this question. Now I can flex. So we have submitted one grant application for the national platform, but we unfortunately didn't receive that. But we will once again we'll try to secure this opportunity. So the main thing is that this national platform proposal is focused on the way how to prepare our volunteers to greet international students after the restoration of mobility. And what we have planned is to do in Romania or any other countries in partnerships with the local section in this city. So the plan is that we are going to the national platform, we are studying, we are learning, etc. And then we are having a study visit to this local section in this country. And we are implementing what we have learned. And this local section gives us feedback.
Nice.
Do you like it? Would you apply?
We still have time for one more question. So, are there anything? Okay, tell me your name, your section.
My name is Irina. Section is candidate section of Chernobyl. And my question is, you mentioned in your presentation about tracking system, if I'm not mistaken. And my question is, how do you plan like involve this tracking system, and what technologies you use? Like, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. A really nice question, because we also questioned in which way we should track our progress, etc. So that's why actually, Sasha, I cannot find you, but yes, Sasha mentioned about the ClickUp, or it will be also Jira, and we will try to work in this project management tools, which helps us to track all of the tasks that I have just presented you in the action plan. It might be hard because it's something unknown for us. We haven't worked in any of project management tools, so it will be indeed challenging, but through structured way, structured governance of our secretary and project manager, we think that we will succeed in working in this project tools. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much for your questions, and Daria, for your wonderful presentation, and to the National Board, just the work that you did working on those two documents. So I know we are moving on to the next part. It would be voting. So in a few seconds, all the voting delegates should receive an email. So please do check your Gmail and tell me if you have it or not, just by raising the hands. Voting delegates, have you received the email with the following instructions? Okay, I see that. Received it. What about the rest?
It's along uploading and downloading.
All right. So now regarding the procedure. All right, good. Good, good, good. That's enough. Please silence. Please come to me. Okay, those who didn't receive the email, please silence once again. Guys. Alright, so voting delegates take your states. Okay, so you might just send me in a private messages, new Gmail. Alright, as far as I knew, everybody except of Yana received the email. That is why now you have 20 minutes to have a small consultation with your sections regarding the action plan and strategy, and to vote for that. You have 2 questions in the form, Google form, and you have 20 minutes for that. So you might go outside, have a discussion, do whatever you want, and in 20 minutes, I want you to be sitting here. OC, Anastasia, please come to me. Anastasia from the OC. Okay, I see that you are coming. Ruslana, can you please come to me?
Скажи мені, Даша, сесію білетів на
Всі напишіть в чат, що за 10 хвилин, щоб всі були назад в аудиторії.
Я не перепрошую.
Alla. All right. ESN Chernivtsi, Anastasia. Yana. Not present. And Anna. All right. ESN Fanu, Anastasia. Zarana. Veronica. Not present. ESN Odessa, Елизавета. Maria. Anastasia. All right. And Anastasia. Maria. Katarina. Okay, quorum is reached. So now we are coming back to the voting results, and I would ask our technical chair to turn on the next slide. So the first question that you voted was regarding the ESN Ukraine Action Plan for 2027. So we might open the next slide and you will see the results. So all of you voted yes, so thank you so much. And we might officially say that the action plan of ESN Ukraine is approved, so huge round of applause. All right, regarding the strategy, 3-year strategy of ESN Ukraine. All right, let's go to the results. So once again, we have one more slide. Okay, so a 3-year strategy of ESN Ukraine also approved. Thank you so much for your votings. And now it's time for the local section reports. But before starting this, I would kindly ask you first of all for silence. First of all, for silence. It's not okay, guys. You're all adults, and I cannot see the basic form of respect. Except of this, please make sure that you contacted your friends or your delegation from your section, and they all should be seated here in the rooms. We would start the local section report. They would be reported about the things that they did, all of the wonderful projects that they implemented for 1 year. So we would start with ESN Kyiv, and Sashuni, I want to invite you to the stage. All right. So you remember that you have 7 minutes.
So thank you for the floor. This would be a little bit of overview of what we have done during the previous year, during the previous mandate. Please, the next slide. So it all started with elected local assembly of July 4 to 6, where we elected the previous board. It was really wonderful event, and I would like you to notice how much we grow over this year. Please, the next slide. Yeah, just one more nice picture. Next slide, please. We have worked on our institutional partnership, especially we elected the delegate, which was me, to the Kyiv Youth City Council, and we now have strengthened the partnership with the Kyiv Youth City Council, which helped us a lot during our growth the previous year. The next slide, please. We were also engaged in international projects, in international events, such as Central European Platform. For example, you can see the 3 delegates from our section. It was a very wonderful event. Next slide, please. Just some more photos that I find really nice. Next slide. After that, our delegation went to the elective National Assembly in Chernivtsi, and as you can already see on the step, we had 3 delegates. Here we had 6. Next slide, please. And yeah, the previous year was filled with lots of impactful events. We have taken really active part in social impact days, especially The event that I really, really loved was sign language workshop. Thank you thank you, my team, for helping me organize this event. It was really wonderful. Next slide, please. As I said before, we were engaged in international activities. Our partnership manager, Elena, organized a country meeting in Spain, Vigo, where she does her master's degree. Next slide, please. And also thanks to the National Board of ESN Ukraine, we had the opportunity to participate in EU Understanding Ukraine in Brussels and visit European institutions such as European Parliament and European Council, and also a university in Brussels. It was a wonderful experience. We talked to the people who directly shape the future of Europe and the European Union and Ukraine as well. Next slide, please. Some more photos, very nice photos, just for you to enjoy. Yeah, we also collaborated with ESN Tallinn's initiative Steps to Santa. We were moving, we were walking. Yeah, it was a really nice experience. Next slide, please. Yeah, and the thing that I'm really proud about that we organized an initiative called ESN Season of Care, which took part in December, before the Christmas. What we have done, we've done a fundraiser for people from orphanage, and we raised 8,500 hryvnias for water, for some snacks, some food. We also bought some blankets, and I really want to thank everybody who donated and who supported us in our initiative. Next slide, please. Yep, so there you can see ESN City in Prague issued diplomas event. It's really important to, just to not forget about what is going on. The next slide, please. So yeah, our wonderful collaboration with Dessa, Ki and Boba Mita. Next slide, please. The thing that is really important for us is that we established an English club, which is run regularly now. Next slide, please. Yeah, and what I really wanted to say that we conducted an extra recruitment of new members to our local section. Next slide, please. We had 7 active volunteers, like really active volunteers a year ago, and now we are a family of 40. Next slide, please. Yeah, we had a lot of team buildings to really integrate everyone into our new community. Next slide, please. We also have started the process of registration of our NGO. It is not now finished, but we are really working on it. Next slide, please. To wrap up this cycle, we recently had ESN local assembly just 2 weeks ago, where we elected the new board. Next slide, please. So here you can see our key achievements. Yeah, so basically we exited our survival mode, and now we are going into like expansion, development, and trying to be sustainable mode. We also applied for our first grant. We also established some partnerships with universities, with really like key universities in our city. The next slide, please. There are our main goals for the next mandate: finish the NGO registration process, expand partnerships with universities, expand partnerships with local businesses, build sustainable internal processes, and continue to be the amazing section we already are. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so thank you so much, ESN team.
So before giving you the chance to ask two questions, we have time for that, but I want to say on behalf of ESN Ukraine, on behalf of the National Board, a huge thank you to you for all of the work that you do, for the way how you're growing, how you're sustainably doing that. Huge thank you to your HR manager, Ivanka, your superstar, you're my crush, and the way how you recruited people is just like, wow. And also I want to say thank you to the previous board of ESNK and to the newly elected board. Great job, guys. You are growing, you are step by step reaching out, and actually thank you for being a reliable pillar for our network. All right, we have time for two questions. So if you have some questions, please raise your hand, tell me your name and section. Is there no questions? 3, 2, all right.
Thank you. Olha, ESN Ukraine. At first, I want to say thank you for your presentation. You did a huge, great job. And also, I want to thank you that the previous president of ESN Radio session, you also I see how ESN
is it question or
no? I go to the question. Yeah, my question is about your capacity. You told that you have currently only 7 active volunteers, but in general, section consists of more than 40. How do you plan to increase amount of active volunteers? Thank you.
Thank you for this question. About the increase in the amount of active volunteers, first of all, we now have really great team. We have a lot of active volunteers that are really ready to contribute. So the next recruitments may not be that extreme. However, we are planning on focusing on just recruiting the people who have this like fire in their eyes, who are really ready to contribute to something new, and we really we know in which departments we need some kind of like support, and we will focus on these aspects rather than just recruiting for the sake of having a big section.
Okay, perfect. Do you have some more questions? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so huge round of applause. Let's thank you. And now I want to invite my home section, my predecessor, Anastasia Piasecka, to present the report of ESN Trinity.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. So, what is our superpower of ESN Trinity? Let's move to the next slide. So, actually, I would like to start with that point that this year, from the last spring, was really powerful for us. And I'd like to start with a big thank you to our previous president, Anastasia Piasecka. Because I think that everything started with our legal registration. That was our point of new beginning. And let's move to the next slide. So actually about 2 big events conducted during that spring. It was local assembly in March and international forum, forum experience supported by the grant from ESN. Let's move to the next slide. Then from June to November, we had really great preparation for the National Assembly, and you'll remember that, and you really loved it. So more than 80 people from everywhere, mailing tasks per hour, as I call it, and lots of memories, of course. After that, in November, it was time to change the positions. So new board came not just for fun, but for changes. So actually, for every person from this board, ESN Trinity is a place for improvement, growth, and really big love. And now we have 8 people who are always ready to make impossible things into possible. Let's move to the next slide. Thank you. No, previous. Sorry. So how about volunteers? Right now we have 57 people who are changing the world every day. We have the system of meetings right now because every month we have an offline meetings, then online meetings, team buildings, and also audit for better work in each department. Let's move on. I think that winter was really difficult season for each of us, but also it was great. During that, we conducted 10 sessions in terms of project Erasmus in schools in different corners of our regions and in different languages. Actually, it was also not Ukrainian schools, but also it was Romanian schools, French schools, and so on. Okay. Also about the partnerships, we signed 2 memorandums with our local partners. The first one was with Residents of Youth. Actually, that's the place where we have a lot of meetings, events, and they always support us. And the next memorandum was with the organization Youth of Bukovina. We are now really great partners with them. And why? So let's move to the next slide. Okay, so then we held an event in the partnership with the organization Ukrainian Diplomacy Platform. So actually the organization just wrote us, they wanted to conduct the diplomacy workshop in Chernihiv, and we said, yes, of course, we are ready. And bless you. So it was really great experience. How about ESN cards? Actually, we sold a lot of them during this period. And now we have local discounts for our students who are having this card. So you can just go and take some coffee and books with discount. And by chance, if you are in Chernihiv, you can also use your ESN card, depending which section you have an ESN card from. Okay, how about grants? Actually, this spring we had 2 grants simultaneously. Which were won. It was really difficult and a long way. At first, we had a strategic session and application for the first grant, and the second one was about participation in Youth Connect for Ukraine from Youth of Bukovina, and then application for the second grant with them. And what was the result? Actually, the first result, it was incredible event, Global Opportunities, in April, which was supported by British Council. Actually, it was about 2 days of intensive training sessions about opportunities for youth, 40 people, 8 blocks of powerful information, and great emotions. And the second result, it was about the event, Erasmus Traineeship Simulation Day, just recently, supported by DETAS. So it was all about CV, motivational letter, and interview, so how to prepare for some traineeships in a short time. Okay, and actually we cannot stop. I'm really proud of our departments because they conduct a lot of events every week. So it's about book clubs, some course of Ukrainian for forgeons in our region, and about speed friending sessions. And as SMK mentioned, how could we be without the international events? So it's about our part of the delegation in SAP and EGM. So we really appreciate your work there. Yeah, and why do we do all of this? Because we change the world instead of waiting for changes. Thank you so much.
Okay, my dear ESN Trinity, on behalf of the National Board, I want to say a huge thank you to you for your incredible support and the hard work that you do. And personally, from me, thank you for the things that you continue to do. You keep slaying, keep shining. I'm proud of you, babies. All right, now time for questions. We'll also have the space for you. Do you have some questions to ESN Trinity? If yes, raise your hand. Tell me your name and section. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good. Huge round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. And now we are moving to the annual report of ESN Ivano-Franko National University. Okay, so I am inviting Vice President of this wonderful section, Anastasia, to present it.
So today I'm going to tell you about our year, what we were managed to achieve, and where we were been. Let me introduce our local board. Its people make a fantastic job. And next slide, please. Erasmus Days, the event we are most proud, which lasts for 3 days across various locations. Next slide, please. National Assembly ENA Internacy, a wonderful and incredible experience for us to teach how we need to work. Next slide. Also, our volunteers visit Brussels twice this year. It's first time, and next slide, it's second time in EU understanding in Ukraine. Next slide, it's school Erasmus in school. In winter, we visit a local school to tell students all about the Erasmus program and experience to our colleagues. Next slide, please. Also, we have new tradition. We start a Secret Santa in our local section. Next slide, please. In Sweden, at the beginning of spring, our volunteers attended the National Assembly in Sweden. Next slide, please. In April, we also took part in the ESN Erasmus student meeting. Next slide, please. And this was our latest event, which took place last week, Social Impact Days. And this week, one of our volunteers, Darina Chernenko, volunteer of National Board, is representing us in Turku at EC2U Forum. And also now we have 30 volunteers, and this year we have 16 new volunteers. Our closest together, and thank you for your attention. Now you can scan the dots and you can find our friend Kotek in Telegram.
I think that OC will will send it to our chat as well, so no worries. All right, so huge round of applause. It's the nice dance. And now time for questions. Do you have some of them? 3, 2, National Board. Do you have some questions? 1. All right. So, Mr. Swansea, thank you. Good. So now we are switching to the ESN Lviv Polytechnic National University. And Mr. welcome on stage. So thank you very much, everyone. We are really happy to be here. And I would like to start with huge hugs from our President Margarita. She's sorry that she can't be here, but she sends hello to everyone. I, as Vice President, will tell more about what we did this year. As you remember, previous May, we were in Lviv for National Assembly, and on this assembly, our section, and IFNU were an official section. So this year was really incredible for us. It was, next slide please, it was full of ideas, new experiences, exciting events, and of course it was about incredible people because we joined a lot of yours events, and also we meet new people and created new team for our section. Next slide please. So let's take stock on how it was. Next slide. We started from team building in Carpathians, and there we also talked about how we see this year and started the voting process. Next slide. We kept the tradition to meet at least once a month. Here you can see some photos, and next slide please. We even learned together how to overcome our fears and solve puzzles. Next slide. We also organized and took part in different events. Next slide, please. And here you can see Erasmus Days in our university. Next slide, please. A few USA universities about different exchange programs and different competitions and tests that you need to pass to do this. Next slide. Also, it was Erasmus in schools, and we are proud that we keep in touch with these schools because next our event, not this one, but I will tell later about event was held also in school. Next one. Also, we took part in the event as part of Erasmus series organized by ESN Odessa. Next slide, please. Here is workshop in one of schools. It was about EU integration, and it was also in collaboration with Young European Ambassadors. Next slide, please. Social Impact Days. It was the last hour event. Together we went to the shelter and walk with dogs. And here you can see also some pictures about National Assembly in Chernivtsi. We are happy to be here as it was the first event for our new volunteers. So we are really grateful for ESN Chernivtsi for this experience. Next slide, please. Also, our volunteers represented the section and ESN Ukraine at international events. You know all of them. So next one, here are some more photos. Next one, please. And if you talk about our social media, we also launched a weekly interactive feature on Instagram where you can it's a short logical quiz. Even if you are wrong, you can have some fun because we have some personalities which can maybe answer these questions. Next one. And to finish with, this year was really interesting. Maybe sometimes it was difficult, challenging because we were new in this all. So, but we want to keep going, to keep trying, and we hope that next year would be more wonderful. Thank you.
All right, so huge thanks to you, to your board, to all of your volunteers for the things that you do, for your dedication and for creative spirit. You are truly inspiring us. Now time for questions. Do you have any of them? Okay, then 3, 2, 1. All right, huge round of applause. Thank you. And now we are going to the section that is hosting the National Assembly right now, ESN Odessa.
Okay, so I think that we can start from our presentation. I try to be briefly because I have some problems with that. Do you hear me well? It's okay. Okay, so I have a fun fact about our section because exactly 1 year ago we held our first event as a candidate section. It was so inspiring last week and also so challenging and difficult, and Maria remember this time because she joined us online. You can see her here. And why challenging? Because one part of the presentation we held in a shelter. Yeah, but we continue. So next slide. I think we can start from the board report. What we've done. The first, as an official section, we created task description, and also fun fact, we have 2 code of conduct. One in English and the second in French because 70% of our volunteers speak French. And after the National Assembly in Odessa, we are planning to submit our NGO application, and we hope to receive a positive answer. But all the documents are already created. And developing our own Boba Academy inspired by local work academy because this idea, like, we like it so much, and we decided that we should invest the same knowledge in our volunteers. So we're planning this for July and for August. And about finance, 7 ESN cards was sold during the last 2 months. And the second
question, and I'm really thankful to our manager Anastasia. Yeah, and for the whole department, for the whole section, because everyone participated in creating these events, but managing is by Anastasia. So for the last months, we total created more than 30 events, 20 of them offline. What is really interesting that recently we have been focusing a lot of quality and creating really interesting events, and we have quite a lot of collaborations. For us, for the last 3 months, we have 6 ESN collaborations and 1 international collaboration with ESN Georgia. So our main focus during last month was spreading awarenesses about Erasmus and generally about international collaborations. So because of this, we created a series that Erasmus series. And it was in collaboration with everyone, that with all sections in Ukraine. And we're so happy that you joined us in this, because it was really important for us. So why we've done this? We decided do 3 events before our National Assembly. So I think it was really useful. And about collaboration with Georgia, it was dedicated to discussion about the difficulties our countries face on the way to European Union. So, and 5 local collaborations, it means that during offline events, we have, okay, don't have next slide. We'll skip this, I think, because there are some statistics about our types of events, like Erasmus Connected Sport, Culture, Social, so we can see this. Another slide is also about statistics, how many people participated in our events. You can see, next slide. We have 12 team buildings, and it's not all of them, because we have a lot of online team buildings, for example, like in Roblox. Yeah, everyone likes this. I didn't mention it here. Next slide. Content. So about the content, the communication department worked very actively for the last months as well, and I'm so grateful to them. You can see how much they've done, and stories especially, and I think that you already saw our monthly, not monthly, weekly tarot by our HR Victoria. So every Monday you can follow our Instagram and see everything. And also we have 8 collaborations with international organizations and all of you. Next slide. It's about our content, some types of our posts. Next. Also our collaborations. Next. HR, so I'll try to be briefly. Our innovations is an inner body system that we're aimed as a supporting, adapting, and innovation new volunteers. So we created, to make onboarding easier, we created common materials and a mentoring structure. So every new volunteer gets a board member as a mentor, and they work together for 2-3 weeks. At the end, we use a feedback form to identify our strengths and weaknesses, and about audit, it's almost the same, but for the whole section. So was aimed at evaluating the effectiveness of the team work. Next. Further, so we improved and established cooperation with our home university, and not only with them, and we try to improve this. 2 local partners. And you can use the discount, for example, in Tactile, it's a coffee shop. If you show your ESN cards, you can get a discount. And partnership with local organization and activity. We try to be as active as possible, so you can see how many events, international events we already visited, and we hope to visit even more. Next. biggest achievements. Firstly, it's the formation of the OC and organization of the Spring National Assembly. It was really important for us, so well done. Involvement in writing the ESN grant. It was difficult, but thanks for the help and yeah. So the stable working of each department and mentoring program. Mentoring program is also our innovation. So since September, our section has also been running a mentoring program for students who want to go for Erasmus, but they don't know how to do this. So our mentors just help them from the beginning to until the end. And next, I think that's it.
All right, well done, well done. Thank you for the timing, thank you for your work. And that's with the mon code. All right, do you have any questions, audience? Volunteers, national board. Okay, there you have the one. So, Anya, could you give the mic to...
I can just scream. Do you sleep?
No!
I don't want to answer this question.
Is it a rhetorical question?
Yeah.
All right, then thank you once again. Huge round of applause for you. And okay, so now we will invite our business representative to come to the stage. We need a few seconds to turn on your presentation, and you would start. The session would be held once again in the Ukrainian. Sorry so much, international guests. It was our mistake not to notify our speakers about the language. Yeah. All right. So speakers, could you please go to the stage? All right. We see you. Right.
Так, супер, всім привіт. Дуже рада всіх бачити і бачити знайомі обличчя зі вчора. Я сподіваюся, що зараз з'явиться презентація і постараюся. Окей. Добре. Це якась ваша внутрішня фішка, я так думаю. Супер, супер. Дякую. Загалом сьогодні ми поговоримо про комунікативні навички, які є дуже важливими, зокрема, при працевлаштуванні і не тільки, але ми поговоримо саме в контексті працевлаштування. І поки в нас буде вмикатися презентація, я хочу загалом вас запитати, як ви для себе розумієте, що таке ті комунікативні навички, навіщо вони взагалі потрібні. Якщо хтось хоче відповідати, просто піднімайте руку.
Так, особисто для мене комунікативні навички – це історія про negotiations, тобто про перемовини, коли у мене є певний issue, у тебе є певний issue, і ми хочемо досягнути найбільш англійські слова лізуть в голову, тому що ми вже останні декілька годин говоримо англійською, sustainable результату, так? Тому, власне, комунікація – це про взаємодію, це про толерантність так само і про вміння досягати того, чого ти хочеш без примінення, власне, фізичної сили тільки мовою. Ось так.
Супер, дякую дуже за відповідь. Насправді це дуже гарний опис комунікативних навичок. Я так трішки зроблю ремарку. Я ще кидала в педіакції, щоб не було ось такого. О, супер. Супер, 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 дякую. Загалом для початку коротко поговоримо про складові комунікативних навичок. Воно в мене не працює. О, працює. Супер. Ага, окей, супер. Я з тими технологіями трошки новий. Я думаю, ви мене пробачите. Загалом я б сказала, що комунікативні навички мають кілька складових. Перше – це усні, письмові, невербальні, активне слухання. Це такі основні 4, але але я все ж попрошу переключити на PDF-формат, бо цей шрифт мені трошки муляє око, і він такий не дуже. Загалом це такі основні 4 складові, які ми розберемо, але щоб це не було така дуже суха лекція, ми додамо трішки інтерактиву, і я дуже попрошу вас в нього включатися. Ми розпочнемо з навичок письмових. В принципі, ми будемо так йти, як по етапах відбору. Перш за все, ми подаємо резюме, наші каверлетери і так далі. Спілкуємося з рекрутером або іншим представником компанії саме в письмовому форматі, тому розпочнемо з письмової комунікації. Загалом, я вже сказала, в принципі, де ця комунікація використовується, і важливо, зокрема, розрізняти ці канали, бо під різні канали нашої комунікації важливо використовувати різний стиль. Як потрібно робити, що важливо пам'ятати саме в письмовій комунікації, це чіткість і лаконічність. Я бачу декілька знайомих облич, які вчора були з нами на воркшопі по тому, як складати резюме. Там у нас був Коваль Андрій, якого ми готували, ось так, шопер за супер перемогу в цьому відборі. І ми там дуже багато говорили про те, що важливо викладати інформацію чітко та лаконічно, оскільки в резюме, в каверлетері, в ваших повідомленнях рекрутеру на скан цього всього в рекрутера йде кілька секунд, і дуже важливо викласти інформацію так, щоб за ці 3 секунди рекрутер побачив найосновніше і справді мав за що зачепитися. Також це грамотність і стиль. Здавалося б, це така елементарна база, але насправді на своєму досвіді я бачу, що це дуже важливо наголошувати кожного разу, оскільки те, наскільки грамотно ви пишете свій каверлетер, складаєте ваше резюме, показує, наскільки ви уважні до деталей. І одразу, якщо я бачу дуже неграмотно написане резюме чи каверлетер, то в мене складається відчуття, що людина не дуже вмотивована, вона не дуже уважна до деталей, тому потрібно перевіряти. Можете просити чат GPT перевірити вам додатково, якщо ви боїтеся щось упустити, тобто використовуйте всі можливі ресурси, але краще додатково перевірте. І також адаптація до обставин. Тут мається на увазі те саме, що я згадувала про різні канали нашої комунікації, тобто наш стиль комунікації, там, наприклад, на пошту і в якомусь месенджері, він досить може відрізнятися, важливо його адаптовувати. Також важливо розуміти, в яку компанію ви подаєте своє резюме, до якої компанії готуєте каверлетер, оскільки корпоративна культура компанії також відіграє важливе значення і важливо показати, що ви вмієте до неї адаптуватися. В принципі, в нас пізніше трішки буде така вправа, де ви зможете це використати. Щодо того, що робити не потрібно, це переходити на особисте і порушувати певні межі. Такий банальний приклад – це писати рекрутеру там в 2-й ночі, ну що, поспілкуємося? Для того в нас всіх, ну можливо не всіх, але є колишні, щоб так робити, а саме у відборі так робити не треба. Також це нетерплячість та настирливість. Важливо бути проактивним, але зберігати певну межу. Знову ж таки, наведу приклад з своєї особистої практики. Нещодавно у мене був кандидат, якого я досі вважаю своїм сталкером, бо він писав мені просто всюди, де тільки можна. Він подавався всіма можливими каналами, він телефонував. Були навіть випадки, що кандидатка телефонувала на рецепцію в нашому офісі, коли ви до мене повернетеся і так далі. Тому так робити не потрібно. Важливо виходити проактивно, особливо, наприклад, якщо ви довго чекаєте на фідбек, бо рекрутери, працівники компанії, вони теж люди можуть щось пропустити, або коли ви подаєте своє резюме, якщо ви вийдете проактивно з якимось додатковим уточненням, це окей, але важливо зберігати саме цю межу, особливо в письмовій комунікації, бо нам інколи здається, що повідомлення це не настільки настирливо, як там приходити під офіс, стукати в двері, наприклад, але тим не менш, якщо ці повідомлення просто завалюють людину, це сприймається не дуже професійно. І також неохайність – це, власне, теж про лаконічне таке оформлення, бо, як вже згадувала, в рекрутера орієнтовно секунди 3 йде на скан вашого резюме, тому важливо, щоб воно не було дуже заляпаним. Це класно, якщо ви стараєтеся використати там якісь шаблони з канви і зробити його дуже красивим, але важливо, щоб воно насамперед було читабельним. І загалом про такі конкретні приклади важливо наводити деталі і бажано додавати також цифри. Тут в мене на слайді такий приклад, наприклад, хочу на цю роботу, не потрібно. Краще деталізувати, що зацікавилася вакансія, оскільки прагну до розвитку в цьому напрямку, ну, там підставляєте свій напрямок. І, власне, щодо таких різних прикладів, я пропоную вам трішки самостійно проаналізувати, визначити такі green flag та red flag того, що може бути в різних кавер-летерах. Для зручності я пропоную вам відсканувати QR-код, там ми на телеграм-каналі подали просто такий червоний і зелений фон, щоб ви могли таким чином голосувати. Я буду вам зачитувати певні уривки з резюме, з кавер-летерів, з повідомлень, і ви своїми телефонами, екранчиками будете показувати, чи ви вважаєте, що це red flag чи green flag. Окей? Так, буквально 1 секунду, поки всі зісканують. Окей, давайте тоді змінимо схему. Давайте, якщо ви вважаєте, що це red flag, ви будете так тупати ногами, трошки в дитячому таборі, відчуємо себе, нічого страшного. А якщо вважаєте, що це green flag, то будете плескати в долоні. Гаразд? Супер.
Буде просто шум.
Так, буде просто шумно, зато весело. Я сподіваюся, що ніхто не проти. Отож, перший такий уривочок. Я цілеспрямований, комунікабельний, стресостійкий та швидко навчаюся.